Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your special bonus reading for February. Well, the next sort of 4 months, I guess it's a bonus reading. I don't know whether you guys remember, back in September, October, I did these how does he or she feel about me love readings. I really love doing them. They've been really popular on the website as well. Very accurate readings for a lot of the clients, for all the clients I've read for actually from that particular reading. Love doing it because it's so nuanced. So I thought I'd bring them back. I'm going to be doing these readings back every sort of, I don't want to do them every month, but every sort of 3 to 4 months we're going to have a little check-in and see how does he or she feel about you. So for those of you guys who hadn't seen the first readings that were put out in October, you can always check them out, search for them on the actual channel. But also, you know, these I'll show you how it works. We use 5. I'm using 5 decks, not all together. This is the main deck that we use. It's the Witch's Tarot that I'm using. Love this, by Ellen Dugan. And advice cards are these two, and we use clarifiers on each of the areas. It's a 10 area spread, and I want you to sit back and think about the person that you are in love with, Taurus. I want you to think about the person that is causing you the most pain, or the most whatever it is. Joy, it could be the most pain, the most joy, whatever it is that you're feeling. I want you to sit back and think about the person that you would most like to know how they feel about you. So I want you to sit back right now and think about who it is that you'd like to know how they feel about you, okay? And we're going to see if we can connect up with this Taurus, okay? We're using these as the clarifiers on each of the 10 areas, and I'll show you how it works. So we've got the angel answers and the romance angels for your advice cards. Afterwards, we'll put those to the side. We'll also put the Witch's Tarot, because we're going to be using that to the side as well. We're using this as a clarifier deck. It's a small Hanson Roberts deck. It's really cool. It was only £5.99 when I bought it on Amazon. Really good. It's got a little booklet as well inside. It's really sweet. Love that deck. It's awesome. So yeah, we're gonna have a look now. We're gonna use these cards, and we're gonna just shuffle. And I'm gonna, if you can tap into the person, Taurus, who you know you want to know how they feel about you, and I'm gonna tap in at the same time and see what's going down here. Universe Spirit, how does the person that Taurus is thinking about, how do they feel about them? Show me. This is a 10 card area reading for how this person feels about Taurus. So I'd like you to show me in position 1, who is this person? In position 2, what are this person's attributes? In position 3, what are their flaws? Position 4, how does this person feel and see and feel about Taurus? So how does this person see Taurus, and how do they feel about Taurus in position 4? In position 5, how does Taurus see this person, and how do they feel about them in position 5? Position 6, can you please show me what are the strengths in the relationship between Taurus and this person? In position 7, what is the weakness between Taurus and this individual? And position 8, what is the potential for them to have a healthy relationship? Position 9, what is the overall analysis of this relationship for Taurus and this individual? And position 10, what are the absolute obstacles, roadblocks to them actually having a healthy relationship? Show me. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to split the deck. Now, because I have shuffled this way, if I were to lay the cards out this way, Taurus, I'd be seeing everything in my direction, which means you'd be seeing it upside down. We don't want to do that. We want you to see the cards in the right position. I see them upside down if I'm looking at my desk, but I'm looking at a monitor here in which I can see everything the way that you guys. So we need to turn them around this way so you see. So this is who the person is, and this is what their attributes are. We'll put this to the side here. Okay. And this is what their flaws are. Apologise for the little bits of dust on the table. It's a sort of a Velcro thing going on, and it gets really dusty and difficult to maintain. So there we are. This is how this person sees you and how they feel about you. This is how you see this person and how you feel about them. This is the strengths of this relationship. This is the weakness of this relationship. This is the okay, and this is the potential for a this is the potential for a healthy relationship. In position 9, this is the overall analysis of this relationship, and position 10, this is the roadblocks to you guys having a healthy relationship, okay? And remember, on each of the areas, when we're finished with each of the areas, we're going to be using the Hanson Roberts, so we'll put that to one side there as well, ready to use. Right, so who is this person that you guys are thinking about? Now remember, it's a general reading, so for some of you guys, Taurus, it's going to resonate, and for some of you it won't. This person is the Four of Cups in the reverse. So this person might have actually transitioned and made a new beginning for themselves. Four of Cups in the reverse says, you know what, I've made my decision. You know, this person, when you get a Four of Cups in the reverse, it's about transitions, new beginnings, meeting new people. So I think that this person has made a significant change within their life. I think that they've let go of something that was no longer serving them. Because when you get the Four of Cups in the reverse, the egg timer has run out, time has run out, and this person now said, I've made a definitive decision. I'm no longer going to be contemplating, or I'm no longer willing to be unhappy in a situation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to simply move on. So I think that this person's moved on from something that was causing unhappiness. I think they've made a definitive decision, and I think that they've gone through a transitory period within their life. I think there's been a great change that's occurred for this individual. What is their attributes? Well, the brilliant thing is, and it ties in with it, doesn't it? Because you've got a Six of Swords as their attribute. So Taurus, this person's attributes is that they are very clear. They have found the clarity that they needed. Six of Swords is what their attributes are. They're able to move on. So this person, when you get the Six of Swords, it's about letting go of baggage. Because the Five of Swords is the baggage. The Five of Swords, this comes after the Five. The Five of Swords is conflict. The Six after that says, I come out of the conflict. So this person, you know, the attributes are they don't hold any baggage. I don't see this person as carrying baggage, because I see this person as moving away from troubled waters. They're moving away from conflict. They're moving away from negativity. They're moving away from problems. I think that they've also got great presence and clarity of mind, and that's why they're the Four of Cups in the reverse. They're not willing to stick with anything that brings in a sense of unhappiness, boredom, or apathy. What they're doing is, I think that this is somebody who's very much the type that embraces change, and they embrace newness, because you've got two change cards here, Four of Cups reversed and the Six of Swords. Okay, so this person mentally, I think that they are very clear on what they want. I feel that their attributes are they're not afraid to move past anything that doesn't serve them, and I think as a person it shows here as well, the Four of Cups in the reverse. What are their flaws? The Sun in the reverse. So the Sun in the reverse, it might be that they have a propensity to unhappiness. That might be the case here, because the Sun in the reverse says, you know, I feel unhappy. I feel a lack of joy. I feel a lack of confidence, especially, and I think already this kind of made me feel like, oh God, I hope it's not the type of person who suddenly, you know, they go into something, then they get bored, and then they're unhappy. And this is their flaws, the Sun in the reverse. Sun in the reverse says, as a flaw, it might be that they're consistently unhappy, or they've never found that particular joy that they were looking for, and it might be that's why they're the Four of Cups in the reverse. They're able to look up, you know, to move on from things, because this is the card that you give things up. So they're able just to give things up, especially if they're never happy with it. And as an attribute, they seem to be able to just leave things behind, let go of things very easily. I'm getting already with the three cards that this is somebody who very easily lets go of things. They don't seem to hang around. I just feel that this person very, very easily, and it's all in this card here, where there is a propensity to unhappiness for this person. So is this person the type of person that is never satisfied? Is this why they're able to just to kind of move on quite easily with that Six of Swords? And because as a person, they're the Four of Cups in the reverse, they don't hang about. If something doesn't make them feel happy, they're not hanging about with it. No way, no way. How do they see you, and how do they feel about you? Well, they see you as the Three of Swords in the reverse, which is nice. I mean, I've always explained the Three of Swords in the reverse as somebody who's overcome heartbreak, somebody who's overcome maybe a third-party situation. Some readers will read Three of Swords in the reverse as being a third party, even still. Three of Swords in the upright for me is the third-party card, and this is the release card. But more than anything, this isn't always third parties. This is about somebody who hurts. Somebody who is disappointed, somebody who feels a great deal of depression, they're feeling very let down. This can be where there's betrayal. But I think that they see you as a Three of Swords in the reverse, because they see you as somebody who is no longer hurting. They see you as somebody who has found calm, and who has found a sense of acceptance, because the Three of Swords in the reverse means to forgive and to accept. So they might see you as somebody who forgives. They might see you as somebody who accepts. They might see you as somebody who doesn't hold a grudge, for example. Three of Swords in the upright can easily show when you're holding a grudge against someone. There's a great deal of hate still there because it's within the heart. The heart is still being affected by the struggle. But in the reverse, it says, when I let go of this, my heart is no longer affected by the struggle. So I think that they see you as somebody who's a very forgiving character, Taurus, and somebody who's able to let go of struggles. How do they feel about you? Well, they feel the Three of Swords in the reverse. I think that this person let you go. Because the Three of Swords in the reverse means, finally, I'm able to let go. And they're showing us giving something up here as the Four of Cups. So I feel that this person has given something up. And I think it's because their flaws were the Sun in the reverse. They really just weren't happy with it. They lacked the confidence in this situation. And I think their attributes were that I need to move on from this. And this is why they feel the Three of Swords in the reverse for you. They're no longer hurting about the situation. They kind of come to a place of acceptance about you. With this Three of Swords in the reverse. They've either forgiven you, Taurus, or they've come to a place of acceptance about you and the relationship. How do you see them and how do you feel about them? Well, you see them as as the Chariot in the reverse. So you see them as not moving forward. You might see them as a bit of a train wreck, actually. But the Chariot in the reverse suggests delays. It suggests stalls and it suggests obstacles. So I think that you see them as the Chariot in the reverse because I think you see them as somebody. I think this is somebody that left you, Taurus. It looks like somebody left you because they're seeing you as the three. They feel the Three of Swords in the reverse for you. So they feel that they've accepted something with you here, Taurus. They've forgiven the situation. They've accepted the situation. They've let go of the situation. They're no longer holding on to it. But you are different. You're seeing them as the Chariot in the reverse. They see you as somebody who's forgiven them. And in turn, they feel like they've forgiven you. So they feel like everything's okay with you guys, with you two. I don't think you're with this person anymore for a lot of you Taurians though. But they feel that the situation is being forgiven on your part and on theirs. But you don't, because you see them as the Chariot in the reverse. You're seeing them as somebody who's not moving forward. Somebody who seems to have put the brake on the relationship for some reason. And you feel the Chariot in the reverse. You don't want to pursue this situation either because they put the brake on the situation. I'm getting a lot more with you, Taurus, to be perfectly honest with you. A lot more anger with this Chariot card in the reverse for how you see them and how you feel about them rather than them. They seem to have accepted the situation a little bit more, I feel, than you have. What is the strengths, or what were the strengths in this relationship? The strengths were the Tower in the reverse. How does that work as a strength? So the Tower in the reverse can mean that nothing comes to fruition. It often means the avoidance. So I think that the strengths in this relationship were that something was avoided, and I think it was a blessing in disguise. Whatever it was that was avoided with the Tower in the reverse, I think it was a blessing in disguise. Because Towers reversed, they show suppression, they show secrets, but they also show things that are being avoided. Okay, so they show the avoidance of a catastrophe or the delay of the inevitable. So I think that the strengths are that something hasn't come to fruition in this relationship. And I think it was for the best because the root issue, or not root issue, the cause or the weakness in this relationship was the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, how does that work, the Wheel of Fortune? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is one of those cards that suggests things that are out of your control. It can represent a relationship to be fated. It can represent with the Wheel of Fortune that something was destined for you when it comes to relationship readings. But the Wheel of Fortune can also be where there are lots of highs and lots of lows. You just never know where things are going to go. And I think that it is that the strength in this relationship is that something didn't come to fruition with this Tower energy that you avoided. I think the strengths are that you actually did avoid a catastrophe within this relationship. Because I think that there were lots of highs and lows within this relationship with that Wheel of Fortune. And where it stopped, nobody would have known. This is the problem with the Wheel of Fortune. You just never know where it's going to stop because it keeps going round and round and round. So I think that the strength is that you guys avoided a catastrophe here because there were too many highs and too many lows with this Wheel of Fortune energy showing here in this relationship. Or it might be that you were fated. Something was fated for you. But it might be that the universe stepped in and said, no, this cannot happen for Taurus. So I think it was something happened here. And I think that even though you guys, some of you guys might be feeling a sense of resentment I'm getting with this Chariot in the reverse, I do actually feel that whatever happened here, Taurus, it was for the best and it was a blessing in disguise. The potential for a healthy relationship with you and this individual, well, no. The Queen of Swords in the reverse is the potential. Queen of Swords would be a no, and she's reversed, because Queen of Swords in the upright would probably be a yes. It could definitely be a yes card, because this card suggests healing, but healing through communication. Healing, sometimes when you get this, say, in a health reading, this can be surgery, for example, especially if you get it with something like Three of Swords, heart surgery, or you get it something like the Hanged Man, maybe it's foot or knee surgery, that type of thing. This suggests cutting things out, taking the lead in a situation. So in the upright, it would have been perfectly fine. It could have happened. Could have happened. But in the reverse, no, because this card suggests resentment. It suggests jealousy. It suggests anger. It suggests backbiting. It suggests people who stab people in the back. It suggests treachery. So I think there's just too much hurt, too much sorrow, too much resentment, perhaps even jealousy that went down in this relationship for it ever to have been a healthy one. There's no way that this could be healthy with that Queen of Swords reversed. The overall analysis stroke outcome of this relationship for some of you guys, Taurus, is the Strength card in the reverse. Okay, so the overall analysis is, when you get the Strength card, there is a lack of faith in this situation. This relationship is not, I feel with the Strength card in the reverse, this relationship is not controlled enough and it's not balanced enough to be a proper relationship going forward. I feel there's not enough cooperation. Strength in the upright, if you look at the line, I've always looked at this card as cooperation between two beings. One a lion, one a woman. And both of them, some people just call the lady Strength, and this is the other line. I call both characters Strength, because the lion is very strong and the woman is very strong. And what the woman needs to do, the strength that the woman needs to have, is the strength of confidence and self-belief that she can tame this lion, because it's a big beast and he could easily hurt her or even kill her. And the strength that the lion needs to have is the ability to resist the desire to eat the woman. It's almost like Red Riding Hood in the wood with the wolf. The wolf couldn't control its desires to eat the Red Riding Hood. It went and it ate its grandmother and then Red Riding Hood afterwards, because it's an instinctual thing. So this lion needs to curb its instincts and its passions. So there are, on both sides, there is the need for self-control with the Strength energy. And I feel that the problem is, the overall analysis is that this relationship lacked balance and it lacks self-control on either side, especially in terms of maybe this energy here, this Queen of Swords. And I think that you guys did avoid a catastrophe, because it could be the weaknesses somewhere in your future as well. Somewhere in your destiny, what was fated to be was perhaps something not good. Or there's just too much up and down energy going on. The overall obstacle, the roadblock to you guys having a successful, happy relationship, happy, healthy relationship with this person is the Two of Swords in the reverse. Too much suppression going on of emotions. Too much suppression. Two of Swords in the reverse can mean many things. It can mean that you come to a conclusion, a firm decision, because in the upright this is about indecisiveness. Or it can simply mean I suppress and I bury and I oppress my feelings to such an extent. And I feel that the blockage in this relationship is that there was a lot of oppression in terms of how one was feeling, how both of you were feeling. And it could tie up with this Queen of Swords, because the potential for a healthy relationship was the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Now the Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is also a card that suggests the oppression of feelings. So much so that if you oppress so much with that Queen of Swords in the reverse, you become resentful, because what it does is it just builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. So it becomes hate and annoyance. All right, so I'm seeing hate here to a certain extent, and resentment and jealousy. And I think that the obstacles to you, Taurus, having a successful, happy relationship with this person, well, what's stopping you from doing that is that somebody here in this relationship, the Two of Swords in the reverse, and also this is a card that says blocking out and the reluctance to make any type of a change. So I'm seeing reluctance here to make changes. I'm seeing oppression of the self, people who are hiding things with this Two of Swords and really oppressing and dumbing down on how they feel. And I don't think any relationship can survive like that, which is why I feel that you guys here, the strength is that you did avoid a catastrophe, because the potential for a healthy relationship would have been this, the Queen of Swords. Bitching, arguing, resentment, jealousy, hate, all of that type of energy, really negative energy here, because the weakness in the relationship is the Wheel of Fortune. It's not in the reverse. It doesn't say you weren't destined to do something, but maybe the destiny would have been something not very good, or maybe there's just too much up and down energy going on. Let's get some clarifiers on these areas and see if we can open up this reading a bit. So what we want to do is we want to have a look at why this person is the Four of Cups that you guys are thinking of. These are lovely cards, the Hanson Roberts deck. I love them. I love miniature deck of cards. They're really nice. So why is this person that Taurus is thinking about the Four of Cups reversed? Why is this person that Taurus is thinking about the Four of Cups in the reverse? Show me in 2 cards. Well, the Six of Cups, this is a card that's all to do with new relationships or the past relationships. Okay. So I feel that this person has changed, and I think it's because there is a past relationship with the Page of Cups. They might be contacting somebody from the past here, or they might be developing, or they might be in love with somebody from the past. Because you've got a Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is all about a past relationship, and the Page of Cups is all about communication. Okay, so they might be communicating, or they might be developing, or they might be in love with the past. Because the Page of Cups is to be in love, but it's more about developing a relationship with that Page of Cups. Alright, so it might be that they've had a past relationship with a water sign individual, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But I think that right now, they've given up on you. I think that this is you here, and I think it might be because the Six of Cups and this Page of Cups, it might be that they've gone back to a past relationship, for example, with that Six of Cups and Page of Cups, or it might be there's a past relationship that they've been dreaming of with the Page of Cups energy. Because when you do tarot, you just put the 2 cards together. What does one say and what does the other one say? What is the Page of Cups about? Page of Cups is about communication, flirtatiousness. It could be a water sign individual, it could be a child. It could be a new relationship, it could be communicating one's feelings, developing feelings, okay? So it might be, in terms of the past, this person's developed some feelings for an individual, Page of Cups energy showing here. It might be that this person is communicating as well with an Emperor, okay? It could be an Aries person, or it could be somebody who's really, when you get Emperors, they're really important people in somebody's life. So it might be over the past, somebody's communicating with another individual, with an Emperor. I think that this person right now, they're showing us the Four of Cups in the reverse. They've given up on a situation with some of you Taurians, because I think that there's a past relationship here and somebody's communicating with a person here, somebody who's very important to them. Empress can be male or female. So just the same as Empresses can. It just means that this person, as a female, has very strong dominant energies. So I think that this person is communicating with somebody from the past in those energies, which is why they've given up on you here. Their attributes are showing as being the Six of Swords. And why is this person's attributes showing as being the Six of Swords? Oh, I'm not going to get that. That's I can see that that's a phone ringer, but I'm not going to get it. So we've got the Three of Cups and Death. So I'm seeing the ending of a friendship here, ending of a third party situation, or ending of a friendship. Okay, so I feel that what's happened here is that they've moved on. The attributes are is they've found it very easy to move on. It might be there was a third party situation, Three of Cups, that has now come to an end, or this was a friendship or a soulmate relationship that they have finally moved on from with the Death energy. But I'm seeing a friendship here in terms of them coming to an end of that, ending it, finalising it and moving on. I think something for them is definitely over concerning you. Their weakness is the Sun. Let's have a look at why their weakness is the Sun in the reverse. Why is this person's weakness the Sun in the reverse? Show me. Because options, Seven of Cups, choices. The Five of Pentacles can also be an ending card. But I think that what happened is, I think their weakness is the Sun in the reverse. They have a propensity to get bored, or they have a propensity to become unhappy or unfulfilled. Because I think that this person, they tend to look at other choices. So they tend to always be looking out for what is next, what is better. And this leads to them abandoning, with that Five of Coins, relationships. Because I think that this person is always looking for something better potentially. So I think this person here with the Seven of Cups, their flaws are, I would say with the Sun is their flaw, they're never satisfied. I don't feel that this person is ever satisfied with that Sun being reversed, because they're always looking at other choices. And I think it's through looking at other choices they end up abandoning that Five of Pentacles, what could potentially be a good relationship. How do I see you as the Three of Swords in the reverse, and why do I see Taurus as the Three of Swords reverse, and why do they feel the Three of Swords in the reverse for Taurus? Show me 2 cards. Because the Three of Coins. Three of Coins is all about working and putting effort into relationships. When you've got the Three of Coins here, they weren't interested in this Four of Cups. Okay, so Developing this relationship with the Three of Coins, putting hard work and attention on this relationship brought very little interest to them. And that's why they feel the Three of Swords in the reverse for you. I think that they see you as the Three of Swords in the reverse because you accepted this. That they didn't want it. And I feel also they feel that for you, the Three of Swords in the reverse, because they understand that you they feel that you didn't want it and they didn't want it. It's almost like they feel that you didn't want the relationship. You didn't want to put the time and effort into the relationship and they didn't want to put the time. So it almost feels like, to me, this person feels that you were in agreement with them. And I don't know whether they were manipulating the situation, because you guys are watching this video and you're saying, well, how does this person feel about me? So there must be some interest maybe still in this person. But this person seems to feel that you were both on the same page in ending this relationship. Three of Coins is all about working towards developing strong relationships. So when you get the Three of Coins in a reading for love, often this can mean people moving in together, getting engaged, possibly discussing children, buying a home together, setting up a business partnership together. But this is the partnership card. So it's working in a partnership, the Three of Coins. There was no interest with the Four of Cups. And that's why this person with the Three of Swords in the reverse feels the Three of Swords in the reverse for you. They feel that they have forgiven you, or they've accepted the situation, and they see you as having forgiven and accepted the situation. That maybe the both of you were not interested in developing this relationship, or maybe they feel that you've accepted that this wasn't going to work, because building this relationship, this person simply wasn't interested in doing. You see them as the Chariot reverse, and you feel for them the Chariot in the reverse. Why does Taurus see this person as the Chariot reverse? And why do they feel the Chariot reverse for them? Show me. Because the Tower. Now, the Tower is the breakup card. So there was a breakup here. The Tower. So this could be a breakup in a relationship, okay? So the Tower is the breakup, and this is the breakup of love. Or I think that this is a breakup, the Tower, in terms of this, in terms of feelings, okay? So I feel there was an ending with the Tower, because Towers can be seen as ending of feelings here with the Ace of Cups. So I feel that you see them as the Chariot. They're not moving forward, okay, towards you. You see them as now somebody who's very resistant, very reluctant to move forward in terms of you. Okay, because there was a breakup. There's been an ending to how they were feeling for you, I feel, with this Tower and the Ace of Cups. Sometimes a Tower can be a surprise. It can be a wake-up call. So maybe there was a wake-up call in terms of how somebody was feeling with the Ace of Cups energy showing here. But also your feelings for them are, I don't want to move forward with them anymore because of the Tower. Okay, and the Tower is a breakup. So a break in terms of feelings with the Ace of Cups. Or maybe they came out, maybe they explained, maybe they revealed their feelings with the Ace of Cups energy, okay? So the Tower can be the revelation card, so maybe there was a revelation in terms of how they were feeling, or a revelation in terms of how the King of Pentacles was feeling towards you, okay? With, yeah, and the Nine of Swords as well. I just wanted to put a few extra cards because I wanted to get more of a story on it. So I feel that you see them as the Chariot in the reverse, because there was a revelation in terms of how the King of Pentacles was worried about this relationship, because the Nine of Swords is about worrying and the Ace of Cups is about a relationship. So I feel that you see them as the Chariot. They don't want to move forward because this King of Pentacles, it might have been a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person again. And the Taurus person is actually King of Pentacles. So it might be that you see them as not moving forward because maybe you revealed, maybe there was an argument as well with the Tower energy, a blow up. Okay, in terms of you, the King of Pentacles, being worried, the Nine of Swords, on whether this person had any feelings for you with the Ace of Cups. So this could be you. Maybe there was a blow up or an argument here, Taurus. But also I feel that you feel the Chariot in the reverse. You don't want to move towards them. You're done with the situation. Okay, you are done with it because the Tower, an argument here, because you were worried about how they were feeling about you. Did they have any feelings for you? The strength of this relationship is the Tower reverse, and I feel that you guys avoided a catastrophe, and I'm going to see why with these with two cards. Why is the strength of the relationship for Taurus and this person the Tower reverse? Show me. Because Temperance, healing, and the Five of Rods in the reverse. Okay, Healing has brought the ending to a dispute. So I feel that the strength with the Tower in the reverse is nothing really came to fruition, or you've avoided a catastrophe. Because I feel that the situation is about healing, bringing the ending of a dispute here. I think that you guys needed to heal over something in this relationship. You needed to find your balance again, your center, your core, in order to overcome problems that were in this relationship. Five of Rods in the reverse. I think that you needed to balance yourselves out. I think that with this Temperance energy, it's almost saying, Taurus, that you guys needed to come back to center yourselves and really come back to who you are. I think with the Temperance card, it's about coming back to the understanding of what this situation was really about in order to be able to let go of it with the Five of Rods. And I feel that really the key card here for me is the Temperance card, because we're looking at why would the strengths in this relationship be the Tower in the reverse, that you were avoiding a catastrophic situation with this individual. Well, it must be because of the Temperance card, healing. And when you come to a place of healing, you come to a place of understanding. At first, when things don't end up well within relationships, Taurus, we question why, and we get really angry and we say, oh, but this was the best person that came in and it could have worked and it could have been this and it could have been that. But it's only in hindsight, when you're finished, when you're done with the person, that you're actually able to look back and say, you know what, actually I can understand why that happened. So this was the best thing that could have happened, because the universe needed to give you time to understand with the Temperance energy. Okay, understand why this could not happen, because I feel that as a result of that, it has brought you guys back to a place of peace and harmony within the self, the way that you should have always been. For some reason, you guys weren't meant to be with this person, because the weakness in this relationship with the Wheel of Fortune. I want to see why the weakness with the Wheel of Fortune in this relationship in 2 cards. Let's see if we can figure this out. So the Two of Rods. So the Two of Rods can be to be at a crossroads, or a decision that somebody needs to make, or a new direction with the Two of Rods. There's a new direction with the King of Cups, I feel, here. I feel the weaknesses in this relationship was the Wheel of Fortune. So how do we explain the Wheel of Fortune as being the weakness, the missing link in the relationship? So I feel that the weakness is the Destiny card of the Wheel of Fortune. I think that some of you guys, the weakness is that you weren't destined to be with this person. You might have been destined to have a new direction with the King of Cups for some of you guys. All right, even though you might not have seen it just yet, for some of you that this is resonating with, the weakness is the Wheel of Fortune. The weakness is the destiny, the road that you're meant to be on. So it's not so much a weakness. It's just saying that I feel that the strength was you avoided a catastrophe. You avoided, there was a delay in the inevitable. Something could have really happened with this person, but I feel that you avoided a catastrophe because you needed to come back to who you were, Taurus, with this Temperance energy, okay? You needed to heal and work out exactly what it is that you wanted here in order to come to a place of balance and semblance with that Five of Rods energy, okay? And also the Temperance card can mean to heal. So this is like healing a rift, but the Five of Rods in the upright is the rift. This is coming out of a rift, okay? So healing needed to be brought into this situation in order to overcome some form of a rift with the Five of Rods. But it still didn't bring you back to, I feel, this person and who they were and what was going on, because the potential for a healthy relationship would have been the Queen of Swords reversed. And I feel that, here, the strengths of this, the avoidance of a very catastrophic situation, okay, because you guys needed to come back to who you are. You needed to come back to the understanding that with the Five of Rods. I think the Five of Rods in the reverse is saying that you needed to come to an understanding with the Temperance card that you needed to let this person go. That there was nothing that you would have been able to do within this situation that could have made it any better. Because I think the weakness is your destiny. I think the destiny is really saying you were destined with this Wheel of Fortune to pursue a new direction with another individual. Okay, so I feel that this person might have been a little bit of a stopgap, to be perfectly honest, that came in. The Queen of Swords is the potential for a healthy relationship, but she's reversed. So why is the Queen of Swords reversed? The potential for a healthy... why is the Queen of Swords reversed? The potential for a healthy relationship for Taurus and this individual in 2 cards. Because the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so happiness with the Queen of Pentacles here. I think this is somebody else. I think the potential to have a healthy relationship would have been nil, because there would have been great jealousy and, and anger showing up here with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay, and I feel that this is because this person here, whoever they are, they might have been having happiness with another individual here. They might have been having happiness with a workmate, for example, somebody that they worked with, a Queen of Pentacles energy, or it could be an ex-wife or an ex-lover. But I think that this would have ended up bringing a great deal of resentment into this relationship. So I do feel the presence of a third party as well showing up here. Okay, at some point there would have been a third party that would have ended up fucking things over and ended up bringing a great deal of arguments, resentment and hate into the relationship going forward. The overall analysis of this relationship is strength reversed. And why is the overall analysis of this relationship strength in the reverse for Taurus? Show me in 2 cards. Because the Chariot and, oh my God, you've got strength reversed again. It come out. Can you see? The clarifier showed strength in the reverse. Oh my God. I think because pursuing this relationship at all costs with that Chariot energy would not have brought strength. It just wouldn't have brought any strength. And you got strength. So this is what I'm saying with the tarot. Don't mess with the tarot. Never ever think. If any of you guys are watching this and thinking, oh, I'm just going to watch it for a laugh. It's not a coincidence that that showed up as a reversal. You saw it come out of my hand and it was fucking reversed, guys. So there's no coincidence. The universe is trying to tell you something here big time. Big time. The overall analysis is you're not compatible. Strength in the reverse is non-compatibility. You're not, because in the upright you should be compatible with this person. Despite the opposing forces, you should be compatible. And here we have the link between both cards, Strength and the Chariot. Well, one comes out, this is the overcoming of the obstacle. This is where you're trying to overcome the obstacle, and this is the overcoming of it. But you're not doing that. You've got number 7 and number 8 cards showing there, both majors. And you've got number 7, Chariot, Major Arcana, and number 8. Except you haven't overcome the obstacle with the number 8. So the number 7 says, well, the situation is, the reason why you guys, the overall analysis is that you are not compatible. That there would be too much pressure with this Strength card. In the reverse, as the overall analysis would be because no matter, even if you guys try to pursue and try to work through your issues with the Chariot showing in the upright, it's likely that you're not going to achieve that because you've got strength in the reverse. So you're not going to achieve overcoming these obstacles because it will be obstacle after obstacle. And you're also, I feel, for some of you guys, destined to be with somebody else. That's the weakness. Your destiny is the weakness in this relationship. Your destiny is the weakness because you were actually destined to take a new path, 2 of Rods with the King of Cups, and not necessarily with whoever this individual is. The obstacle, the final card, the final area, the roadblock to you guys having a healthy relationship with this individual is the 2 of Swords in the reverse. And we're going to have a look at why the 2 of Swords in the reverse. The ending of a cycle is with the World energy. Ace of Coins in the reverse. Okay, so I feel that somebody here would never commit, not properly, with the 2 of Swords in the reverse. They'd always find a reason to avoid committing. You know, they'd be putting their foot down. And I feel that it's because of the World in the reverse. There would be the absolute understanding on this person's part with that World in the upright that they could not commit with the Ace of Coins in the reverse. That they could not give anything to this relationship. Okay, so this could also be with the World in the reverse, in the upright, that there would be the ending of this cycle in terms of this relationship through lack of success with the Ace of Coins, failed venture, through a failed, so this is shutting down a failed venture because they're shutting down, I feel, on a failed venture here. You can read the tarot however you want to read it. All you got to know is the meanings of the cards, your intuition, and Bob's your uncle, guys. But the World in the reverse is the conclusion of a failure. So the Ace of Coins is a failed matter. If this is a business card and you get it reversed, this is a failed business, a failed venture. It's a card that suggests that you don't get the job. You lose the job, you're losing money, paying money into failed ventures. It's not a good card to get in the reverse. In love, it's a lack of commitment. Or it's a potential that something isn't going to be for the long term, because this is all about, in the upright, trying to build a long-term relationship. It's just a small seed, but there's the intention to do that. Remember, the Magician rules all of the aces, so they all talk about real intentions. But in the reverse, there's no intention to do anything, to plant any seeds. The World is also a realisation card, so it might be also that there is a realisation that this person has no intention to plant any seeds for the long term. So the blockages are the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords can also be, for me, in the reverse, somebody's hiding shit because they're suppressing it. So the overall obstacle might be that this person's hiding shit with that 2 of Swords in reverse. because there is a realisation here that they have no intention to plant any seeds in growing this relationship going forward. And I feel that, to be honest with you, Taurus, you weren't destined to be with this person anyway. I don't see you as being destined to be with whoever this individual is. We're going to go through this reading very quickly again. So I asked you guys to focus on who it is that you were thinking about. And some of you it will resonate with. Don't get your knickers in a twist if you're in a perfectly happy relationship. Please, please, please don't get your knickers in. It's just not worth it. It's a general reading. Some people will resonate with. I don't expect many thumbs up on my videos because they're really specific readings, to be perfectly honest with you. If it resonates with you, it resonates. If it doesn't, then, you know, it's not meant to. So I feel that right now, this person that we're looking at, I think that they are, they've made a change in their life. I think they've moved on with that Four of Cups in the reverse, okay? And I think it's because the Six of Cups, there's something in the past that they've been dreaming of, I feel, with the Page of Cups. They might be connecting as well, communicating with somebody from the past, somebody with the Emperor, I feel, who is very, very important to them. So there might be somebody in the past, and it might be this person here, because I'm seeing somebody connecting up here with this individual. They might be connecting with somebody from the past. I feel as a result of that, I feel that their attributes are they've found it very, very easy to move on. They might have travelled to another country, another place, another city here. They found it very easy to move on because there's the Three of Cups. So there's a relationship, a friendship, a partnership that came to a close, a natural ending for them. And they've closed the door on that. They've closed the door on the friendship with you. They've closed the door on this partnership. They're no longer interested in it. And I feel it's because their weakness is the Sun. They're never particularly satisfied. I think that this person is very difficult to satisfy this individual because I feel that whenever they feel that there is, because the Seven of Cups is all about temptation and options. So whenever they see something else that is tempting to them, whether it's somebody from the past or somebody new, they tend to abandon what they already have with the Five of Pentacles energy showing up. And I feel that, you know, right now, how they see you and how they feel about you, they see you as somebody who has accepted the situation with the Three of Swords in the reverse, even forgiven it maybe. And they feel that they've accepted the situation with you as well with the Three of Swords in the reverse. And that's because working on a partnership with you is something that they probably didn't want to do with the Four of Cups energy. Some of the person that you might be thinking about it with the Three of Pentacles, it might be, well, I'm not interested, Four of Cups, in moving in with Taurus, or I wasn't interested in getting married to Taurus or starting a family with Taurus. And I think that they feel that you've accepted it and they've accepted it too. They see that you've overcome the pain. So Three of Swords in the reverse means to come out of a place of pain. So they see you as overcoming the pain, which to me then says that this person did this to you, Taurus. That they did hurt you by not wanting to develop the relationship. But I feel that they see you as somebody who's finally accepted it and come out of the pain. And they feel for you the Three of Swords in the reverse. There's no anguish anymore towards you. Because the Three of Pentacles, they don't really want to work on a relationship with you and they're not particularly interested in doing that. Four of Cups. You see them as the Chariot in the reverse, so you see them as somebody potentially quite lazy, somebody who put the brakes on the relationship, okay, somebody who was very slow to move, somebody who didn't want to pursue the relationship, because I feel that they revealed something to you. I feel they revealed their feelings to you, and I feel that you were upset. Because we've got the Tower, which is a revelation card, and the Ace of Cups is all about feelings. So I feel that this person revealed their feelings towards you, and I feel the Taurus card of the King of Pentacles is you guys felt very upset and hurt by this with the Nine of Swords, which is why you feel the Chariot towards them in the reverse. You don't want to move forward with this person either anymore because of what they told you, what they said to you that caused a whole heap of trauma, a whole heap of pain. I feel that the strength in the relationship of the Tower in the reverse, I think that you had a lucky escape with this Tower in the reverse, and I think that you avoided catastrophe with the Tower in the reverse, Taurus. Because I feel that you had to come to a place of balance with that Temperance energy that would allow you to understand with that Five of Rods in the reverse that you had to leave this situation. No matter what you'd have done going forward, it wouldn't have changed who this person was. And I feel that that's because what the weak spot in this relationship is that your destiny, you were on a road to another destiny. You were fated to do something else because your direction is facing this King of Cups. There is somebody else who is out there for you. It's not necessarily the person that was for you before. And therefore, the potential for you to have a healthy relationship with this person would have been the Queen of Swords in reverse. Well, no, there'd have been a whole heap of jealousy, backstabbing, anger, resentment, because this person would probably be having drinks or having a right good old time, I feel, with another individual. A Queen of Pentacles could have been read as you, but I don't think it's you because the resentment card is here, the Queen of Swords. So it might be that this person was spending a lot of time with somebody else. It might be this person from the past, and I think that somebody in work. And I think that this would have brought a whole heap of resentment into the relationship, a third party. I think that the overall outcome, the overall analysis is this relationship was not built on strength. There's no compatibility here. There's no camaraderie or cooperation in this relationship. One of you would have felt overly oppressed by the other. And I think it's because no matter how you tried to work through the problems with the Chariot, how you tried to work through the opposing forces with the Chariot, it would still have led to failure with strength in the reverse. And therefore, the roadblock to you having a successful, happy, healthy relationship with this person, Taurus, was the Two of Swords in the reverse. I feel this person would have been keeping things very private from you with that Two of Swords. I think they would not have owned up. They would not have been completely honest. If you'd have carried on a relationship with this person would not have owned up with this Two of Swords in the reverse. Okay, it could. I mean, it depends on how you want to read it. Two of Swords in reverse can mean that somebody comes clean, they make a decision. But you know, I think that more than anything, actually, this is the roadblock would be that this person would actually make a definitive decision. When I think about it, with that Two of Swords in the reverse, that they had to bring to a conclusion this relationship, because with the Ace of Coins, they weren't particularly interested in investing in it anyway. Okay, so I think you had a lucky escape, and I think that your destiny is definitely with somebody else. Let's get some advice cards on this reading, Taurus. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Taurus on this? How does he or she feel about me reading? What is the advice that you have for Taurus? What is the advice that you have for Taurus? Show me. There you go. Tells you to listen to your intuition, Taurus. If something doesn't feel that good, it's usually not that good, all right? If you feel that there's something up with an individual, you've got to listen to that intuition and not ignore it. I'm just going to get the Romance Angels advice card. Romance Angels, what is the advice that you have for Taurus on this reading? What is the advice that you have for Taurus? Show me. Well, it's saying give your relationship a chance and work on your partnership. I have no idea what that's about. For some of you guys, it might be that you need to do that. But I can't see where that would be in the reading, because this person looks like they couldn't be bothered. All right? So this might be saying something else. Give a relationship a chance, not your relationship. Because I think a lot of you guys are possibly out of this relationship. I think you need to give another relationship a chance and work on a partnership with somebody else. And I think it will be with whoever it is that's destined for you. All right? That's what I think it will be. Because it could be that the weakness is this Wheel of Fortune. All right? That maybe it could be out of the blue. Somebody else came in. If this isn't you that's destined to be with somebody else, it might be the weakness was that out of the blue, Wheel of Fortune can be out in the blue. It might be with the Two of Rods. Could be that you had a decision, or this person had a decision between a water sign and you. For example, Two of Rods is having a decision between a water sign, and you got a water sign individual there, a King of Cups and you, for example. It could be that your destiny is with somebody else. It just depends on how you want to read that combination. Okay, but I think that for some of you guys, I don't see it's with this person though, for some reason, not in this reading. I see it being with somebody else. All right, so I think that you need to, you know, and this King of Cups, there's going to be a long-term relationship. I think that the weakness is that your path was destined to do something else, Wheel of Fortune. And I think the direction that you take is going to be with the King of Cups, in which there's going to be marriage, long-term relationship with that Ten of Cups energy showing there, Ten of Pentacles, sorry, energy showing there. I think that you need to, whenever this comes in for you guys, you need to give this relationship a chance. Listen to your intuition and give a relationship a chance. I wouldn't say to give this relationship a chance. I'm just going to ask why the universe would give me that card. Why are you saying give the relationship a chance, universe, in this reading? Because of deception. I think it's this relationship. I think it's a new relationship. It's deception. Someone is wearing a false mask. All right? You need to give a relationship a chance. Or give your relationship a chance because somebody is wearing a false mask. I think if you've got somebody else and you're thinking of somebody else, give the new relationship. Because it might be that you guys met somebody else. It might be that there's somebody that's playing on your mind, but you've already got someone at the moment. And it might be, well, I'm not sure about this relationship because I'm still... I think if you're pining over someone, Taurus, leave it. All right? If you're pining over somebody from the past, forget it. Just forget it. And if you're with someone now and it's working out, Give that relationship a chance, because this is what I think it's saying. I think it's saying, listen to your intuition. Give the relationship, if you're in a relationship at the moment, Taurus, give the relationship that you're in at the moment a chance, because the one that you're pining for was a deceiver. And I'm seeing that in the other cards around here. It looks like a little bit of a narcissist to me. If you're pining over someone right now, Taurus, and you're with someone else, give this relationship a chance and forget the other one, because it was a deception. It was a deception, and that's where I think this is. I think if this person is already here with you, give this relationship a chance. I think if this person is coming in, give this relationship a chance, because the other person was a deceiver. Okay? That is your reading, my darlings, for the how does he or she feel about me reading. I really love those readings. Thanks for your time, Taurus, and I'll see you on... There's a reading coming up for you singles who want to find true love in the next 6 months by the summertime. So check that out. It's coming out, and I'll look forward to presenting that reading to you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.